Welcome to the complete and utter madness of my craft space. Didn't take that long to get to this state. I pull things out, I start working on them, and I never put anything back, and I end up with this tiny little section to craft in, with things falling down around me, and it's nuts. So here I'm working on some happy mail for a friend. I've got the rubber stamps, postage stamps, my sewing machine is out. Over here is where I tried sorting some things earlier in the week and gave up. Over here is a pile of things that I've printed out for a coronavirus journal that I'm working on. And that's sitting on top of a box that has a bunch of paper scraps inside. And that is sitting on another of the boxes. Oh, well, underneath more paper and things is my scoring board and some more boxes of me trying to organise things. Not going very well at this point. What have I got in here? I made a card for a colleague at work. Here are the scraps from that. More things that I have out for the journal. Stencils that I haven't put away yet. Paper and things. Peeking down here on the chair is some things that I pulled out to organise. Haven't actually done anything with. Excuse the very dirty floor. Piles of things under my desk. Here's some scrapbook paper that I have out that I'm currently cutting for the journal. This is where Betsy likes to sit each morning and look outside the window. Over here is my big shot. More scraps from the paper that I've been trimming. I've got some stamping to cut out. Book pages that I took out of a book to make a glue book. So I've made the book, but I haven't actually done anything with it yet. What's here? More things that I've tried to organise. On the chair there's some wallpaper and some wrapping paper that I've just bought. Over here, if I can just walk past without dropping things, is my junk journal that I was following along with Pink Odd Bird. So I've started that and hope to come back to that soon. This is a lot of fun, this one. Some books. In these drawers I have fabric and doilies and things. And oh, that one's empty. Down here, oh, I don't know if you can see that. Just some more paper and things that I've actually organised. So that's good. Some filing cabinets with more paper inside. And this is normally where my sewing machine sits when my sewing box is closed. Now, going to come, and in the middle is a table, so I've got a very narrow walkway around. So look at this, junk everywhere. Here's a bag of things that I got yesterday, I haven't opened. Some things I bought from Spotlight weeks ago. Some fabric that I'm sorting out, which is currently sitting in piles on the floor. And underneath the table is another basket with my ephemera folder, which shouldn't be there, but more fabric and things to sort. In the shelves here, more things that I've actually sorted, so they're just sitting up there for now. and attempts to sort some more paper and cards and things in this bin here, which is probably the most organised drawer in the whole room. More things down the bottom. I've got punches and things in here, envelopes to sort down there. These are my go-to tray with all my glues and pens and things. Don't ask me how I ever find anything in there. In the second shelf, more paper and things. So something like this is for my floral glue book and other little projects that I've started organising. More paper scraps. More, this is a little book that I put together again, inspired by Pink Odd Bird, which I hold my tissue paper and things, some packaging, wrapping paper that I've been given. I've got scrapbooks under here, whoops, filled with wine labels. There's more under there. It's my heat tool. Over here, rolls and rolls of wrapping paper and wallpaper. That's all shoved right in there. Oops, I'm going sideways. On top of these drawers, more things to sort and organise. Boxes and boxes of junk. What have we got in here? Some rubber stamps. Actually, these drawers are fairly organised. I've got fabric things, and I often come to these fabric scraps, and more doilies and things in here. Now over here, more plastic containers with things, stickers, all sorts of stuff, envelopes, notes from IKEA, more stickers from AliExpress, and then back here, just move that out of the way, bits and pieces of marketing, ephemera, promo material, beer coasters, postcards, envelopes, and leaflets and things that I'm constantly picking up with the aim to use at one point. This is a really great book that Lush Australia had in their store, which has some gorgeous illustrations. And plan to use those in a journal at some point. And more advertising and promotional things that I get from work, which are really great and too nice to throw away. So I store them here. Okay, over here I've got all the journals that I've started or that I'm working on at the moment, with things piled on top of them. So this one here is probably call it a glue book that I put together, which I use for packaging material and some of that advertising that I pick up. And this one's a lot of fun to work in. Oh, things are falling to the floor as I move that back. What else have I got? I've got a Wreck This journal, which I've started, and a mess journal that I've started. Another book that I made and never used. This is my polka dot journal, a gardening journal. This one here is one that I made after watching a tutorial from Anne and Carlos, just using a whole bunch of scrap A4 sheets of paper, which I've sewed together. This signature is actually sewn in this upside down, and designed to use as a notebook. And I've used it a little bit, but again, I enjoyed the process of actually making this one, which was a lot of fun. I have the beginnings of a lap book here, and of course I couldn't just make it a regular size. I had to add a whole bunch of extra pages and things, and it got a bit overwhelming, and so I haven't touched it. This one is my postal theme journal, which I love the cover of, and not too keen on the actual pages that I've put in here, so I haven't actually done anything else with that at the moment. So, books, journals filled with things. This is my little poochie that I picked up from an antique centre a few years ago. What else have I got here? Things piled on top of things. More journals. I did the Amity Bloom Artist in Bloom course and made a little prototype here. And then I have, move stuff out of the way, cigar boxes filled with things, takeaway containers. So this one here has some of my printed cutouts and stickers. This one has some fabric. Oh, I don't know if you can, sorry, I'm really shaking and it's not very focused. Let me step back a bit. And more containers of things. I have blank notebooks, and because they're floral and they have a gorgeous pattern on the front, I have to buy them. And this is a B6 size, and that's my absolute favourite. Gorgeous, gorgeous notebooks. I have a snippet roll that I made, which is ready to be embellished here. And my bookbinding things are in there. Rolls of masking tape. And here's where I keep all of my Tim Holtz packets of things. That's what I got. Some of the wallpaper, some dried orchid flowers, the die cuts and things like that. And I also have my dies and stamps and stencils. And even though it looks a complete mess, this is probably one of the more organised sections of the room, and I actually know where things are in here, which is amazing. Here is a basket of napkin backs that I took off to use in a journal, a cross stitch which I've never done, journal, and in these drawers here are fabrics and trims. And again, this is quite organised. So in here I have fabrics and things. And then in this drawer, well, it doesn't really look very organised, but I know what's in here. It's different kinds of laces and trims and things. What have we got here? More laces and trims. Now this is quite organised. I've used toilet rolls, which I've flattened and stapled, and then I'm using those as cards to organise all the different kinds of laces and trims that I have. So it works quite well, although sometimes when I try to take one off, it kind of gets stuck. So I don't know if this is the best way to organise them at the moment, but it's mostly working. And down the bottom is some more bulk laces. Down here are all the little paper shopping bags that I keep that I can't throw away, and just adds to the mess. So I'm showing you this because I am wondering if you have a similar area and if you work in such chaos. It's incredible that I get anything done. Sometimes this table is clear, sometimes it isn't. And on the mirror is my attempt to try and organise it all with different post-it notes, but all I've done is actually organised my organisation list. And I haven't actually done anything about organising the actual stuff. So, tell me, can you relate to this? Does this look like something that you're currently dealing with? Can you send help? Because sometimes it's a bit overwhelming to look at this and know where to start. So, Crafters Anonymous, here I come. Thanks for watching.